Good evening. Peace. It's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. Pasampuset. I greet in the sign of the rising sun. Peace and wisdom. Now this evening I want to do this video called Knowledge of Self. And this is a quote that you hear a lot in today's times. People say, I have knowledge of self. But what does that truly mean? I have yet to hear someone truly explain what that means. So I want to explain what knowledge of self is truly to all you lovely spirits out there that watch my videos. Now, before I get into this video, I want to say this very important message. It's very important. I don't know how many of you know this, but before I got into this wisdom, I went through a conscious cleansing and kind of a stripping away of self, or the self that I was made to be, because we're all influenced from birth until adulthood. So I went through a time of stripping, self down, and I went 3.5 years without sex, and I gave up many things, and I just battled with my humility and being balanced and fair and just seeing things from the perspective of self. So it's a very deep thing I want you guys to grasp. I went through a lot to get to this wisdom, or this state of understanding that I'm at in life. And as I said, I went 3.5 years without sex. And, then I begin to give myself 1 month at the end of every year to indulge into whatever I may choose, because, I don't do anything but just stick to my studies. So it's a deep thing. I know a lot of you see me, but y'all really don't grasp. I'm truly like a modern day monk, just in the city in a sense. But I don't indulge in anything. There's no one that can say, oh, I did this or that with him. Like I said, at the end of the year, I indulge, but just on a regular day, on a regular basis throughout the whole year. There's no one that can say, oh, I've done anything with him, anything of that sort. So every day I just stick to my studies and keep myself balanced, humbled out. And I do this for a purpose. Now, I've been teaching for a while now, like 2 years, and a lot of women, they kind of reach out now. And they're really not into the wisdom as they put on, but this whole knowledge thing is like a movement. It's like a new form of fame, so to say. So it's not like a real thing, like real teaching and everybody's really into knowledge, but it's more like a movement. And just a little type of thing that you're a part of. So like I said, I have a lot of women that reach out to me in regards to wisdom, but then when I speak to them, they truly don't want anything but to, in a nutshell, have sex, to be honest, just to be straightforward. And I don't really give that back, So, it can become a problem or misleading or however you want to view it. But I want to be clear from this day forward with everyone and myself as well, because I kind of blur the lines sometimes. Like I said, at the end of the month, I indulge, and it's just a deep thing. I knocked something down last month of the year, And I just want to be clear with everyone viewing me as well as myself, because it's a very deep thing. When I do that, it's almost like flip-flopping the lines or blurring the lines. I don't want to get anyone confused, and there's no need for me to, it's a deep thing. I want you guys to truly grasp. If you're a woman, because it's a lot of lust, and I'm truly not here for that. I do like women and I can be seduced and lured in, but I'm not here for that. And it's a deep thing. I want to make that clear just to push that energies out as a shield for myself and just let it be known I'm really not here for that. Now, that's not to say I don't like women and I don't have plans or thoughts to have a wife one day. But I feel like this is important to that. I'm on a certain path and I'm a wise brother, the wise servant. And I need a certain type of wife. Now, I know most of you women that do reach out to me, y'all are not that. And most of y'all are truly not pulling to be balanced and really get a real understanding of what a relationship, love, and many of the different things I teach. I don't think that's really what you guys care about. Y'all just want someone that's like smart and cute and just fulfill all your fantasies type of things. But when I indulge at the end of the year or flirt around with some of you, it's truly pointless because I know there's really gonna be nothing there. Like I said, you gotta be a special kind of woman. Because I'm on a certain type of path. There's no need for me to pull in for something that's really not on the line I'm with. You know, like I said, I went 3.5 years. Like, these are things I know for myself. So for me to just have a regular woman, like a regular woman of the life, like most of the brothers you see, because only a regular woman of the life will be with polygamy and all these different things. So it's deep. For me to have a regular woman like that, I'm cheating myself. Because I did too much to get this wisdom and I truly understand love and things like this and being fair. So to be with a woman that's not at least pulling to be on a level, it's kind of like cheating myself. Now, I have control of self where I don't need to indulge in anything, so it's deep. I could just stay how I am, keep pushing out the wisdom to you guys, but just be clear that if you're not a woman that's really on, and a lot of y'all know how wise I truly am. You don't know how wise, but you know, like, man, this nigga, he way too wise for me. But a lot of y'all be like, but I know he still a regular dude, so he gon' fucking. But I want to stop all of that right now. That's a waste of time. I'm at an age where, you know, a lot of y'all aggravate me. So a lot of young women been reaching out. And I know I've been hurting a lot of y'all feelings. And y'all like, damn, Solace, you not what I expected. And it's deep. I feel like that's where the lines get blurred. Because I kind of push off like, yeah, I fuck with you and I'm cool. And then when they hit me up for the one-on-ones, I kind of be like you a little girl. They be like 27, 28. I be like, what do you want? Like, I'm on a whole nother time. Like, and that's where it become kind of blurry. And I know people, like, they get thrown off. And I just want to be clear from this point forward. If you reaching out with lust and things like this and you don't have no balance within you and you really don't want wisdom, it's no point on reaching out. You're just going to disappoint yourself. Because I'm strictly on the knowledge. Now, that's not to say if any of you, I don't want women to feel like, oh, because some of y'all might be on a level and I'll go out with you and, because it's nothing better than, you know, it'd be nothing better for me than to have a wife or that other half. So y'all can get that other side out of me. You know, I don't have nothing to be tender for. So y'all just get harsh solace. But it's still good. But, you know, things can always be better. So it's a deep thing. For me to get the kind of lady that's for me, I have to put myself in that path and stay how I am, you know, and just... It's a deep thing. I don't want to ramble on about that because that shit not even that important to me. But I just don't want to even have no confusions no more. It's like I said, young women, like old women, holla at me, old women, 30. past 35 and shit, like 38 years old, holla at me. And be on a level though, cause I need a plain woman that grasp. I don't think I'll ever find a woman in the cities, but when I eventually move on from the city, and it's deep, I don't know, but if you're a young lustful woman, just it's a bunch of other teachers out here, man. They could fulfill y'all dreams. All I got is wisdom, man. Nothing else, unless you a beautiful, wise spirit that really on a level that can grasp. Then I might have to cuff you up and bite your butt, things like that. But in the meanwhile, let's just keep everything on the knowledge. No games, no play. Getting old, I don't feel like playing that much no more. Now, what is knowledge of self? Because that's the whole point of this video. What is knowledge of self? Some would say heritage, your culture, nationality, your faiths, your beliefs. But none of that is truly what knowledge of self is. Knowledge of self is understanding that all aspects of your life is a result of yourself. So this is what knowledge of self is, understanding you in life. We tend to put us on others, never dealing with self. So now you got to understand all aspects of this life you've experienced was a result of yourself. So with the people you attract in your life, that's because of you. So you got to really begin to block everybody out. When I say block everybody out, I mean blame-wise. Because we tend to be like, oh, I'm a good person, but everybody else is bad. And you got to deal with yourself. Really strip self down and get to the bottom lines of self. The stresses you have in this life, they all a matter of yourself. Now, we blame others, but whatever others is stressing you out is boiled down to you. You let that in. You set yourself on these paths. You do the things you do. You have the imbalances you have. So all of these things that you do attract what you get. And we kind of never get that. So we're like, damn, I didn't even do nothing this time. But you never pay attention to self. So this is why you kind of have them thoughts. But when you get to a point where you can humble self out, you'll begin to realize, okay, I have all control. All that's happening is truly a matter of myself. It's like a video game. The moves you make, it's because of you. So it's deep. Even if you're like being taken advantage of, you may be in a relationship with somebody and you feel like you're being taken advantage of. These are all results of yourself. And you not dealing with self, you pull, attract your insecurities of self and things like this that you never deal with. They result in you reaching for things you normally wouldn't if you had knowledge of self. And you was one with self in a sense and truly understood life and self. So women to be insecure or a man to be insecure, so he'll kind of lower his standards or lower her standards in pulling somebody that's not fair for you. But it's just deep. We do all these things to ourselves, but we truly never really look at it from that perspective because people run from themselves. So they kind of want to have this picture of themselves as, at the end of the day, I'm a good person. I have my flaws, but I'm a good person. And we really don't strip down and go deep and say, hold on. So it's deep. You got to kind of, but this is what knowledge of self truly is, The life you live, the betrayals you go through. Because, if you get betrayed, you look at it as I was betrayed. What did I do? But it's still, you got to dissect every aspect of self and say, what did I do to attract that energy? Because at the end of the day, this is all your life. You can blame everybody else forever. But that ain't gonna never change things. The main thing is that you at peace with self. You have an understanding of self. So you already can foresee what's gonna be what before you do it. You've went through so many experiences in life, you should know already. But your emotions, not having control of self, not understanding self, these things is what make you kind of flippity floppity, where you like, I don't really fully know what's going on in life. But you kind of do know. Like, y'all know y'all be going with fads and trends and follow. Y'all know these things, but then at a sense, you like... And then for others, you have it deeper. Like, they be a part of organizations that actually take care of them and different things where you be like, damn, I know this brother know that shit is a lie. But it be so deeper that... So it's just deep. But when you dealing with... I'm sorry, this Scully's itching the fuck out of my eyebrows. Excuse my language. But, when you going, when you dealing with self, you have to truly go deep and really get an understanding of self and start to see things from the perspective of yourself. Why are you in the state you're in? Why are you attracting the energies and problems you are? A lot of times we get stuck into our biasness and you like, man, I like this person, so I'ma just... It's deep. Like, y'all gotta really grasp. Life is simple. You gotta have humility and morality. Therefore, you can receive knowledge. I don't know why that's so hard for y'all to grasp. I know why, because there's no balance in morality. So it makes no sense to you. It's like, how is me being humbled and how is that going to get me knowledge? Like, and it's just a deep thing. It's like, you don't grasp that because you don't have none. And this is what I mean. If you're not in a certain state, certain things don't make sense to you. Just like the things y'all say don't make sense to me, because I'm not in the state y'all in. And it's deep. Now, the things y'all say, they don't make sense to y'all either, because if you reverse a lot of the things a person says and apply it to them, well, then they like, no. It's just like if you tell a vegan, hey, how about if you was the fruit and vegetable? Would it be okay then to just beat up and eat up on fruit and vegetables? Or would you feel like, well, what the fuck? Eat yourself a little bit here and there. And then you get a whole different answer. Motherfucker play dumb. Like, So this is my point. We know, but it's a deep thing. People just have this thing where it's hard for them to deal with themselves. And this is why you get to the point in life where we at today, where people can't really acquire knowledge because they don't want to take the time out to humble self out so that they can grasp things. It's like a baby. A baby learns at the speed it learns, meaning from you being born all the way to about 15, 16, you was able to learn all the things you learned, riding a bike, tying shoe, all these things so fast. And it was like that because you didn't know shit. So you had a sense of humility about yourself. When you the underdog, you humble. So kids is new, so they humble. Babies learn faster than toddlers, and toddlers learn faster than kids, and kids learn faster than teens, and teens learn faster than adults. But once a nigga get to adulthood, he kind of be locked into his bullshit. So we kind of be unbalanced by that point and made into whoever he is. He never really took control over himself. But my point of saying that was to show you how humility is important. Y'all don't learn or grasp anything because of that. Y'all say y'all humble, y'all say this, that, y'all speak of egos, and y'all really don't understand these things. When you tell a person they have an ego, that's your ego saying that. Think about that. So it's this what I mean. Y'all don't deal with self. Y'all always look out. And y'all don't never grasp anything. This is why y'all kind of like see life like halfway. Y'all don't really like understand the whole. Y'all got night and day separate, and You forget that's one whole day. That's just one whole thing. And it's deep. Two faces of a day, but you got it like it's deep, man. You have to really get control and understanding of self. A lot of y'all look so completely unbalanced. This video don't even make sense to you. You like, I kind of get what he's saying, but, and it's sad because I'm not saying nothing hard. It's simple. Be humbled. And we in the times when today people don't even, they know what it is, but they like, I don't really know what it is. Have morals, what does that mean? And it's deep. Be humble. Why? Look at yourself. It's deep. A lot of y'all will say, Solace, you got an ego. Look at yourself. You're watching me, learning from me, telling me about myself. How I got an ego and you don't? And you telling me I got one. I ain't telling you shit. You don't hear me telling y'all, man, y'all got ego. Have all the ego you want. I don't care. What they got to do with me? Your ego don't make me no smarter or dumber. Don't do nothing. It's just your confidence. If you get too confident with wisdom and you come this way, you already know what's going to happen. So, a lot of people don't play those games with me. They just be like, you got an ego. But you got an ego too. Because you're telling me that. Mind you. So we got to start to grasp. A lot of times we say things that make no sense, and it's only because we're not looking at self. Like a brother put on our Facebook yesterday. He said to all the atheists, if you don't believe that God created the earth, then who did? And if you say nothing, then that means nothing. That don't make no sense. That's stupider than saying God created the earth. To say nothing created it. So his point was to say atheists don't make no sense. They say nothing, everything came into existence because of nothing. And he was saying that that's dumber than saying that God created everything. Which is a good point. But what he never did was looked at himself. If he had, he would have grasped the most important thing. And I told him, you ain't no different than the atheist. The only difference is you put a name on nothing. So you say God created earth, but you don't know God. So that ain't nothing. But just a name and a title that you say created earth. And the atheists say, man, nothing created. It just came into existence. And both of you fools are saying the same thing, but the thing is, y'all don't look at self. So this is why you like, no, he's dumb as fuck. He said nothing created all of this. It just came out of nothing. And the atheist like, motherfucker, you said God created all of this. That's stupid. And it's like, y'all both saying the same thing. He just put a name on what you not. So y'all both don't believe in nothing if you want to be technical. And this is where the problem will lie. Because the atheists will be like, yeah, fuck it, I don't believe in nothing. But the motherfucker that believe in God won't. Even though what I just said is a point blank, undisputable reality. Unless a nigga gonna show you a picture with him with God. And we all know that's not never gonna happen. So it's like I said, at what point do people get real with self? Or do they let the fears and all this weird stuff control the existence for them? It's like I said, you got to strip yourself down and really get real with self and say, okay, how stupid am I? Because like y'all are like stupid. But I can't even say that because then y'all get lost into emotion and ego and say, and you never really just look at things from real reality and say, yo, you know what, Solace is wise as fuck. It ain't nothing that he said that I could really say. If I ain't had no books enough and shit he said don't make sense. And if I look at the books and shit, they say what he said. And he said I'm stupid. Maybe I should look at that. Y'all won't never do that. You'll just say, Solace, you an asshole. You got an ego. So y'all Y'all don't get it. It's deep. You got to really look at yourself and say, yo, how dumb am I? Because y'all do things like this. Y'all pit-pat back and forth with each other. Vegans, they be beating up on meat eaters, but they never look at themselves. They so lost in the diet that they don't realize that that's life. Grasp that. A vegan to say, man, I don't eat animals. I don't eat meat because I love animals. So you basically saying fuck the fruit and fuck the vegetable. That shit ain't important. And in that's where they go wrong. They don't grasp. It's deep. The whole vegan movement is about judging meat eaters and those who don't do what they do, like a cult. And they never check their morality and their humility. They never do that. And this is my point. And it's not just to beat up on them, but y'all all do this in some aspect of everything. And this is what blocks y'all from truly grasping wisdom in its purity. In its simplest form, where you have no trouble grasping, like, oh, I get it. Y'all are greedy and things like this. So when I say, man, all we eat is life. Don't matter if you eat fruit, meat, whatever. It's all life, and you need to take account of how much you consuming. Don't get lost into which one you eating, but pay attention to how much you taking in. Motherfucker get lost, because y'all be in cult brain in all this stuff. You're like, no, I gotta eat this, that. If you break it down to a vegan scientifically, they don't know nothing. You like, yo, do you know that plants and the vegetation, this is what takes in all the carbon that's all around us? So these foods, like vegetables, are high in carbon. This is why, you get a veggie, she gets your sides. And it be a little veggies, a little this, a little meat. That's why. Eat a whole goddamn bowl. Y'all are crazy. Like, y'all have become so lost in the following anything, y'all don't even put, it's so deep. But a lot of y'all gonna have carbon problems. It's cold-blooded. But, some people got to learn on their own. But whatever the case may be, I don't care if you're a vegan or a meat eater, because a lot of people get lost and they think like, oh, y'all kind of get lost in the Donaldberg land. So, and if you're a vegan, now I'm a meat eater. So you see how deep that is? Mind you, I ain't eat meat in like, I don't even know how long it's been. I've been eating fish a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what my taste's been on. And when I say a lot, I mean just I eat once a day, and that kind of been what I've been eating. It's weird. Whatever the case may be, but I'm just balanced. So I'll be a vegan and still tell a nigga this shit. And then people will get lost and be like, oh, he meaty. And just throw you in weird categories. It's just like when I'm talking to flat earthers and I say, man, that's dumb. Then they just be like talking about globe earth. And I'm like, I didn't say that I was a glober. Y'all are both the same. Dumb as fuck. But the globe earther and the flat earthers, they're like the atheist and the nigga with the God shit. Like, both dumb as fuck, the same. But don't see it like that. So it's like, I talk to the flat earther. I'm like, man, the earth ain't flat. And he's like, man, your globe earthers are crazy. His brain is like locked into just two things. It's like, dog, there's more shapes than flat and round. Flat ain't even a shape. But, shapes can be flat. But motherfuckers are retarded. They don't like to deal with reality. Where you really get the reality, like, nigga, flat ain't even nothing. Things are flat, but flat ain't shit on its own, so can nothing be flat. Shit is deep. Motherfucking table is flat, but it's flat rectangle. Anything you name that's flat, it's a actual shape that's just flat. But like I said, flat ain't shit on its own. Ain't nothing that's just, ain't no shape called flat. So we don't even see how stupid that debate is. Is Earth globe or flat? That don't even make sense because flat ain't a shape. So just stick with me for a second because y'all really like being dumb world. You like, I don't get it. Globe, circle, that's a shape. Earth is a globe, is a shape. So a debate that would make sense would be to say, no, Earth is not a globe, but it is this shape. But that's not what happens. Earth, globe Earth versus flat Earth, which is nothing because flat ain't no shape. It ain't nothing. So to say Earth is flat is to say nothing. Okay. Flat what? Flat disc, flat square, flat rectangle, flat triangle, flat what? But grasp, you have debates right now on YouTube that are titled Flat Earth versus Globe Earth. And y'all don't even see how both parties are retarded. Because that don't even make sense in itself. But we don't ever deal with self, so we don't even see these type of things. So y'all say, damn, Silas, you be noticing crazy shit that I never noticed. Y'all don't have balance. If you had balance, you would clearly see this shit, like, but y'all be biased. So you like, no, I'm a flatter. I'm a glober. And y'all don't never just take yourself out of these dumbass trends y'all didn't make up and just say, hold on. What sense does this really make? And then you will begin to see, like, hold on, the flat earth is completely retarded because flat is not even a shape. It's nothing. You have to say flat something. So they're completely retarded. Then you go to the globe earth and you say, okay, he just kind of goes with what he's told. So, whatever. But there you have right there, two nincompoops. So it's deep. Now I have a video, what is the shape of Earth? So you go watch it. And then you'll grasp the difference in what real wisdom is and what dodo bird shit is. Because that's dodo bird shit. But if you a dodo bird too, meaning you fall in one of those categories where you biased, well then you don't see nothing I'm talking about. You like, no, Silas, but... And I'm like, block, because I can't got time for this shit. I'm on real time. Like, I don't feel like playing no more. Y'all actually be knowing y'all wrong and y'all still be playing dumb. And I be knowing, like, motherfucker, why is this nigga playing dumb? And I be just giving y'all too much. I gotta stop that. Like, if you really not pulling for wisdom and I see you playing dumb, like a lot of y'all watch this video, there's nothing in this video I said that is debatable. So if you a flat earth or globe earther, there's nothing you could say. Nothing. Flat is not a shape. Flat is nothing. If flat is something, then show me something flat. And I guarantee whatever you show me, it's going to be a shape. Like a piece of paper. It's flat, but it's a flat square or rectangle. So again, nothing is flat. Flat is nothing on its own. So to say Earth is flat is to say nothing. And ain't nothing you could say against that. But flat earth is going to still say, it's just weird. Flat power. It's like I said, everything is a movement and a weird, goofy thing. Has nothing to do with wisdom. This is how you know that. Because you see people say dumb stuff like flat power. So that's like, okay, this is all a joke to y'all. Y'all dumb as fuck. Y'all think it's a joke. You got a chance to get real wisdom. Because I know... whether you fake or real, you gotta have a half a brain to say this motherfucker's different than the rest of this shit. He make more sense than anybody, but he just ain't a part of my movement, so fuck him. And I feel you, but still, you gotta get wisdom for self. You can't put the movement before your dumbass self. This how lost y'all get. And I'll be like, what? Self gotta mean something to them at some point. And it never seems to. And it's just a heartbreaking thing, but y'all just need to start paying attention to things, simple things, like when you need help. Do you think on the flip side of that, like, oh, let me bring an offering to offer for this help I'm about to try to get. You think nothing like that. You just think of yourself. Like, I need help and somebody should help me. And you don't ever even think, like, what can I do in the meanwhile? Or what can I offer? Because back in the day, motherfuckers had brains. You didn't just go asking for shit and don't. What kind of weird shit is that? And this is the time y'all in today times. Y'all like on obligated time. Y'all feel obligated. You gotta ask yourself simple things like, are you yourself or are you what you was made to be? And really be real with yourself. Because y'all be talking weird stuff. Jesus Christ, this and this, that. And it's like, I know you never had any encounters with Jesus. So, how long? At what point do you say, well, let me try to get real with myself? Because y'all just be like, and I know if you on a religious tip, you get a little pissed off hearing things like this, but still, it's not even like this is a secret anymore. You could scream Jesus Christ, this, that, and all this, all. But if any, like, come on, we live in real life. Now, if somebody say, show me him, say, do something. Motherfucker still on dumb time. He coming, you gonna see the end of the world. And it's like, y'all so dumb. Pick up a science book, learn something. So that when you read the Bible, you at least grasp. Because y'all read Revelations, don't even understand what you're reading. I got a video. Secrets of Revelations or something like that. Grasp so you can see the difference. But y'all just sit around saying stupid shit all day, non-stop. And it's like, at what point? Because y'all debate with nothing to debate with. I'm listening to Snoop Dogg the other day on some video. He's like, when I read that verse, John 3:16, it touched my spirit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Like, we just say anything. I know don't nobody know what that means. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. You don't even know what God truly is. Because you never seen them in nobody else that you know did. And this is just a word that was made up. Like all words was made up. And you ain't never even dealt with those realities before you begin to try to get into all this other stuff. Yet, be lost as fuck. Talking dumb shit. Like, oh, that was so deep when he said he gave his only begotten son for the whole world. And you don't even know who the fuck he is. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. And you don't even know who the fuck God is or his son. Or the goddamn world. So how the fuck is that deep? How the fuck is that deep to you? And you don't even know what the fuck it means. Because can't nobody sit here and lie and play dumb with me. I know what it means. Y'all know I know what it means. So don't play with me. Because I'll bust your ass. I know don't nobody know what that shit means. You know how I know? I just told you. Y'all don't know what God is and none of that shit is. Y'all lost this fucking y'all know it. And admitting it is the first steps. It's as simple as that. But sitting around just saying a whole bunch of dumb shit year after year after year, it's like, y'all go from trend to trend. You go back 3 years when nobody talking about being African and all this weird shit and dreadlocks is trending. Like, y'all just flip. I watch y'all just flip-flop the fuck. I've been on this earth long enough to see this shit all happen before. In the 90s, this is the 90s all over again, where everybody just Afrocentric and weird as fuck, talking dumb shit. Don't really got no knowledge of self, but just regurgitate whatever's the popular new talk in the African goofy ass Afrocentric community. And then that shit fades the fuck out eventually. And now we back at them times. So when I was a little kid, you had the jailbird niggas getting out of jail and the preaching on the corner shit and all the goofy shit you see now. I seen all this when I was a kid. It's just a big repeat now. And then that shit all faded out. You know, scams and goofy shit, they play their part. All this shit scammy and goofy plays its part. And then next generation pop the fuck back up. And it's new to them. And these goofy motherfuckers in this whole goofy thing start back over again. And now we in those times. So I seen all y'all 4 or 5 years ago. No unks on. Y'all had crosses on. Because, you know, God was and all that shit was popping. Now that ain't cool. So now y'all got unks on. And y'all just flip flop. And then y'all want people to take y'all serious. Y'all want the life to take you serious. Gotta take yourself serious. You gotta really get what knowledge of self truly is. And it starts there, understanding that all aspects of your life is a result of yourself. So if you dumb as fuck and this video bothering you, that's my point. Peace and wisdom. It's the wise servant. And keep everything on the right path, you know. No more bullshitting around. If you're not serious with the wisdom, and you're not balanced and really pulling to really get this real knowledge that I'm pushing out. Because I just did a video explaining how to meditate for real. And a lot of people they gonna try it and they gonna get a little something. And you know, I'm gonna start holding, because it's about to warm up. I'm gonna start holding little meetings and I'm gonna just kind of start pulling off this little YouTube and all this. People gonna have to come see me in real life so I know who's really real, because ain't nobody gonna play, you know. It's deep, but I just want to associate myself with those that's really trying to pull for wisdom and really get to that balanced place in life. And we can go make our own community, because you can't change the world. That ain't how it works. But you change your space. That's what it's about. And you know, you get people on a certain level, maybe that could spread to others, but for the most part, you gotta put yourself on the path to attract what you want. It's deep, it's cold-blooded. I don't want no parts of all this weird stuff, you know, the lusting and the sexual weird stuff y'all get into and all the polygamies, and I'm really not into none of that. That's not my thing. It's foolish. It's greedy. One man needs one woman and that's it. And there you go with the whole, and y'all progress and grasp and be balanced. And it's a deep thing, and I just need to stay on that path and into my studies and my wisdom the way I am. Therefore, when that person does come, there won't be any confusions. There won't be any, you know, it'll all be real solid. And like I said, I really don't care about none of that stuff. And it's just causing confusion because women starting to lust, and it's just getting weird. All this famous stuff is getting weird for me. It's aggravating. I be speaking to people and then they just be stuck. And it's like, and then they just keep saying, yo, you solid. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? So, I'm sorry, y'all, but this shit just aggravates the fuck out. It get weird. I know it's not their fault. But it's just deep as fuck. It's like, oh, man. I ain't know, you know, shit get this weird, you know? You be regular one year and then the next year just... people can't even talk to you because they like, in their mind, they like, damn, that's Solace. And it's like, it just fucks everything up. But in any event, it's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. You know, I'm going to keep pushing out this wisdom. You know, I could teach y'all what this text mean and what that text mean. But I've been keeping these last few videos on, like, self and trying to tap into that, you know, place in your mind where you really start to grasp a self and stop getting lost into these weird things. And when I say self, I don't mean selfish, but in the reverse way, looking at yourself as opposed to being selfish and looking at others. But it's just deep, you know, cold-blooded deep. But in any event, it's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. Peace and wisdom.